hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan got a sponsor on the racing team. He was sponsored by a dude named Tyler Reddick, and he won. It was a viral video going around of him to what appears to be touching his son, Bo Jackson. Jordan has never been in no news as being a PDF. He's never been no sicko type dude. Jesse Jackson, civil rights activist, passed away at 84 years old. Reverend Jesse. Well, yesterday we lost Robert Duvall as well, who was an actor. Shia Lebeouf, you know what I mean? Shia Lebeouf was also in the news, you know what I mean? Shia Lebeouf was in some sort of brawl out in Mardi Gras, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude is a wild dude, you know what I mean? He definitely a wild dude. He definitely, it's like the first time we seen his shenanigans. Havoc and Mobb Deep did a little recent interview, let the cat out the bag, you know what I mean? Did a little recent interview, but this could be some hot music coming, you know what I mean? Travis Scott and Kanye, I think they'll make some dope tracks coming, you know what I mean? For sure, I think this is definitely gonna be, yeah, what's going on, what's happening, you know what I mean? Episode 362 today, you know what I'm saying? Episode 362. Let me turn this back one. But yeah, episode 362. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody is doing cool on this good Tuesday, you know what I mean? This good Taco Tuesday, Titty Tuesday, whatever kind of Tuesday it is that you want to call it, it is. Nonetheless, a Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? February 17th, you know what I mean? Thank all y'all for tuning in. This your first time here, you know what I mean? This is where we go over the news, go over the headlines, go over whatever headline you might have seen, whatever been going viral. I'm probably going to be touching on it right here on Kons podcast, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and tune in, share it out, tell your people about it, let me keep you updated on this wicked world, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? It's 2:40 in the afternoon, you know what I mean? Gotta go pick my son up after this, run through these topics real quick for the one time on this good Tuesday. It's been a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Got a few little things to touch on today, put you up on some of these headlines, you know what I mean? But yeah, if this your first time, like I said, you know what I mean? This is where we go over the headlines. It's episode 362, you know what I mean? So we gonna go over some topics today. We definitely gonna touch on that Jordan thing everybody been talking about. I got some backstory on that. Also, Jesse Jackson and Robert Duvall passed away. We're gonna touch on them, give you some light on their careers and what they have done in the clips that I got for you on there. Shia Lebeouf was wilding out at Mardi Gras. Got some, we're gonna touch on that. And Havoc of Mobb Deep let some inside info out on the new upcoming collab album between two people, you know what I'm saying, that the fans seem to be excited about, you know what I mean? That's everything we're gonna be touching on today, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you've been sharing this whenever you see it. Hope you've been tuning in, and I hope you've been letting your people know, you feel me, about this dope podcast you came across, or I'm letting you know we're keeping you updated on this wicked world that we live in, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, without no more chit chat of banter, let's hop right into these topics, you know what I mean? So Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan got a sponsor on the racing team. He was sponsored by a dude named Tyler Reddick, you know what I'm saying? He sponsored a dude named Tyler Reddick, you know what I mean, who'll be in NASCAR. He's a race car driver, recently won. It was a viral video going around of him to what appears to be touching his son, Bo Jackson. Bo Reddick seemed to be touching him on his backside and then rose on his legs, you know what I mean? A lot of people have been seeing this and then throwing away J's and all this and that, saying that Jordan's a PDF and all this and that. I understand with the Epstein files going on, so it is a bad look, you know what I mean? I believe I read somewhere that Tyler Bo Reddick's, that's Tyler Reddick's son, his mom said, you know what I mean, very close with Jordan, said that Jordan was just being a jokester. He had bunched up ice that was in his shirt, you know what I mean, and Jordan was trying to kind of squeezing the water out on his legs, and then he wiped it off his leg, as we see, you know what I mean, in the video that we all seen, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna run this little clip real quick, you know what I mean? This is the clip that everybody's seen, that everybody talking about this right here. Don't you? So people was taking that little 6-second clip that you seen and just running with it, you know what I mean? So the next little clips you're going to see is just, I came across this podcast where they had shared a little backstory on it and said it was the ice, and also somebody else also shared some light on the backstory about the ice being there. Check it out. Don't you?
So that clip of Jordan is after his win at the Daytona 500 has spread like wildfire after he was seen on the broadcast interacting with Tyler Reddick's young son. Jordan's racing team 23XI won the season's biggest race, but all the attention has been on Jordan's action in that clip with his winning driver's son, Bo Reddick. It's pretty clear in the video that Jordan is pinching and grabbing Bo in the lower back area during the celebration, and many people have labeled this interaction highly inappropriate. The other side says the backlash is completely unwarranted and that this is a whole lot of nothing between MJ and a kid he clearly knows very well. Neither Jordan or Reddick has spoken out in the viral video, but we will keep you updated if any statement is made. But what do you guys think of the interaction?
They just won the Daytona 500. The kid in the video is the driver's son, Tyler Reddick's son. Michael Jordan co-owns 23XI Racing, and he's close with the family. This wasn't some random interaction. Victory lane after a NASCAR win is chaos. Gatorade everywhere, ice everywhere, everyone is soaked. Apparently, the kid had ice down his clothes from the Gatorade bath, and Jordan was helping him get it out. That's what people who've seen the longer context are pointing to. So yeah, if you isolate a few seconds of it, it looks awkward, but context matters. And I'm just going to say this plainly. Someone with no history of being a child predator is probably not going to go on live TV with thousands of cameras pointed at him in the middle of victory lane. That doesn't mean you ignore what you see. It means you use basic logic before turning a 6-second clip into something that's criminal. If new information comes out, we deal with it. But right now, it looks like a chaotic celebration moment being blown up without the full context.
Reddick's son had a chunk of ice. You can see that Tyler Reddick's son's shirt is completely saturated, and Michael Jordan trying to help a little kid out. Let me get those chunks of ice out of your back.
It initially looks shocking, and I think there's a reasonable explanation for it.
Yep.
It looks like he's trying to get stuff out of his shirt and pants.
I think that's exactly.
It's shocking the first time you see it.
It looked shocking. Please do your due diligence and realize that it was chunks of ice that were in the kid's back area by his waistline of his shorts, and Michael Jordan was not grabbing his ass. He was grabbing the cubes of ice to try to break them up and make them fall down, and they fell down on his legs, and he wiped them off his legs. None of us are doing it just because we all love Michael Jordan, which we all do.
He wasn't in the Epstein files?
No, he was not.
I mean,
he was not.
This was a thing. I mean, we would probably know.
The backstories let you know that he was just getting ice off. You know what I mean? He had a bunched up ice in his shirt. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of squeezing it, playing with him. You know what I mean? Squeezing the ice on his legs. You know what I'm saying? Then he wiped the ice off his legs. You know what I mean? I don't feel it was nothing PDF about this. Jordan has never been in no news as being a PDF. He's never been no sicko type of dude like that. His name is not even mentioned in the Epstein files that we done all seen. You know what I mean? So I think people need to lighten up on this. It's just taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's out of context. People don't do their research. There's a whole lot going on in this pic for sure. And I know what it looked like. It definitely ain't a good look. You know what I mean? But you got to do research when it comes to stuff like this before you just make a judgment like, oh man, Jordan's a PDF from throwing away these J's. You know what I mean? I'm seeing a bunch of videos, people throwing away nice pairs of J's. You know what I'm saying? Colombian 11s start being thrown out, 4s, 9s. Like that's doing too much. You know what I mean? I'm not finna throw away these J's that I got. You know what I'm saying? Especially after I done did the research and everybody is saying that it's the ice. You know what I mean? When they won, they dumped a bunch of water and ice on them. You know what I mean? As you seen in the clip, I showed the clip where the dad dumped the water on them and the ice. You know what I mean? Took an ice and Gatorade bath. You know what I'm saying? As they do when you win. So I don't know, man. This just took it out of context to me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not about to be throwing away no J's. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel that he is a PDF. I think this is just a little 6-second clip that people is running with and just doing too much, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think they definitely are just doing too much because I don't think that he's on that type of time. Jordan ain't never been on that type of time, and I don't think he is this time. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Tyler Reddick for winning, though. You know what I mean? His little sponsorship with the racing. You know what I mean? Jesse Jackson, civil rights activist, passed away at 84 years old. Reverend Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying? He was alongside Martin Luther King and making a way for black people in America for having equal rights. You know what I'm saying? He passed away yesterday. With this morning, I believe. Yesterday, we lost Robert Duvall as well, who was an actor. Been in a few movies, commonly known for The Godfather. He was in To Kill a Mockingbird, and that's just a couple just to name. You know what I'm saying? Robert was 95. I believe they both passed in their sleep, peacefully, as they said. He was 95 years old. The next clips you're going to see is just a brief history in these clips that they were talking about. You're going to see on Jesse Jackson, and also just a brief clip showing history of Robert Duvall and the movies that he been in. Check these clips
hate me,
out.
don't you?
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Show your hand, show your hand.
Thank you for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Maybe your car could take me to the airport. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news immediately.
Let me tell you something, okay? Here. I put a roof over your head, money in your pocket, clothes on your back, food in your mouth.
News, Hollywood great Robert Duvall has passed away at the age of 95. The 7-time Oscar nominee and 1-time Oscar winner is best known for his iconic roles in To Kill a Mockingbird, Apocalypse Now and The Godfather.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
His wife has shared a statement overnight saying the actor passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by love.
Legendary civil rights leader, Reverend Jesse Jackson, dying at the age of 84. Jackson, born in 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina, was a young protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his life changing when King was gunned down in Memphis. Jackson, literally, there by his side. It fell to Jesse Jackson and a small group of others to help keep the civil rights movement alive. The Baptist preacher known for his stirring speeches, Jackson made Chicago his base of operation, starting what became the Rainbow Push Coalition, urging companies and politicians to improve opportunities for minorities. And he had his own political ambitions, launching a bid for president in 1984. He didn't win the nomination, but came closer after another run in 1988. 20 years later, a visibly emotional Jackson witnessing America elect its first black president, Barack Obama. In later years, Jackson facing multiple health issues, diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2017. But he remained involved in politics, leading Get Out the Vote efforts. And in 2024, he was honored at the Democratic National Convention. Applause for a civil rights icon who dedicated his life to keeping hope alive.
Well, that breaking news that's just coming in, being confirmed by our partners NBC News in the United States, that the Reverend Jesse Jackson, a towering figure of the US civil rights movement, has died at the age of 84. It's been announced that Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away peacefully in Chicago. His family say surrounded by loved ones. Now, Jesse Jackson's career spanned at least 7 decades, going all the way back to the late 50s, early 1960s, when he was a protege of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He worked all the way through the 60s and 70s civil rights movement, those bus boycotts, those marches in Salem and other places, as he fought for black people in America to have the same rights as their white counterparts. Remember, this was a time when Jesse Jackson was working in those early days where there was effective segregation in the southern states of the United States. Black people weren't able to access schooling. Black people weren't even able to go to the same restaurants as white people. Black people had to sit on the back of buses. Reverend Jesse Jackson, along with people like Martin Luther King and others, fought for those changes, and the Reverend Jesse Jackson fought for those changes all the way through his career, passing away peacefully, we are told, at his home in Chicago in earlier today. He was 84. He also came to greater national prominence in the 1980s. He ran twice unsuccessfully to be the Democratic nominee for president, once in 1984, and then perhaps more memorably certainly for me anyway, in 1988, where he, for many people, stood out as a candidate whose perhaps time had come. There would be a black candidate put forward by the Democratic Party for president. Of course, that did not come to pass, and it was another over 15 years until the Democrats were able to put a black candidate forward for president. That man was Barack Obama, who of course went on to become president in 2011.
Rest in peace to Reverend Jesse Jackson and Robert Duvall. You know what I'm saying? Two big political, big public names, public figures. You know what I mean? And we all know, familiar with these names, have passed on. You know what I'm saying? They say they always go in threes. You know what I mean? Somebody passed two earlier. It was a third one. These are the next two, I believe. I can't remember the first one. Dude from what's his name? Van Deer or something like that. Dude from I think 90210 or something. I can't remember. But you know what I mean? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Can't put a right name on it or what he was from for real, but I know he was also had passed away recently. So rest in peace to Jesse Jackson and Robert Duvall. Yo, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? It's Kons Podcast interrupting this episode. You feel me? For you to hit that subscribe button if you ain't. You know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button if you ain't. Hit it already. You know what I'm saying? Go on and do that right now if you ain't. Tell your friends to hit that too. You know what I'm saying? Tell your friends to hit the subscribe button. Tell your cousins to hit the subscribe button. Tell your grandma. Tell your nieces. Tell your nephews. Tell everybody. Hit that subscribe button. You feel me? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say in the middle of the episode. Let's get right back to the episode.
Wait me, don't.
Shia Lebeouf. You know what I mean? Shia Lebeouf was also in the news. You know what I mean? Shia Lebeouf was in some sort of brawl out in Mardi Gras. Ended up with him being arrested and leaving in an ambulance. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, a doorman said he was terrorizing Mardi Gras and terrorizing the city. Apparently, he was drunk as hell and belligerent, acting violent, and said that he had to be escorted out of a establishment, a venue. You know what I'm saying? And then he hit two men several times. There's other clips going around. TMZ had reported earlier. I guess he was getting jumped, or people was hitting him as well. You know what I mean? So whatever type of fisticuffs melee ensued. You know what I mean? This is him wilding out again. Apparently, he was supposed to be sober, but he is definitely not sober in these clips. And how he was acting out in Mardi Gras, you know what I mean? So the next little clip you're gonna see a clip of him looking very off the liquor, stumbling a little bit, eating something on the stick. You're gonna see a clip of somebody filming from inside of a restaurant, him outside, wilding out, bucking up to people, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna see the clip of somebody recorded him being taken away, or sitting there talking to cops and being taken away in the back of the ambulance, you know what I'm saying? These next little clips, so check these clips out on Shia Lebeouf and his wilding out actions at Mardi Gras. Check it out.
Don't you? Wait me, don't you?
Guys, this is insane. Shia Lebeouf is in the ambulance. I don't want him to get mad and like crash out on me. That's Shia LaBeouf.
Wait me, don't you?
Shia LaBeouf was just arrested in New Orleans for allegedly terrorizing the city. That is actual quote from a doorman. He was getting violent, he was belligerent, had his shirt off at times, he jumped behind the bar and kept saying, "Do you know who I am? I'm a celebrity bartender." He got injured, paramedics were there, TMZ has footage of that. Now, he has been sober allegedly for over a year, but has in the past blamed alcoholism for a lot of his violence. And I learned this today, that he's married to Mia Goth. That surprised me. She seems like a serious person, and I would not expect a serious person to be with a mess like that. Let me know what you guys think. If you were in New Orleans and saw anything, drop me a comment. I'm very invested in all that transpired, but the word the words, he terrorized the city, are sticking out to me. Like, that's insane. And allegedly he got injured and he is arrested right now. So, yikes. I always hate to see that.
Shia wilding out, you know what I mean? TMZ had caught him, you know what I'm saying? And a bunch of people was recording him. He was just roaming around on the street out there like he wasn't a somebody, you know what I mean? And ended up getting into those scuffles. Man, this ain't the first time, you know what I mean, that we've seen Shia Lebeouf wilding out, you know what I mean? Definitely wilding out, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time. He's always been wilding, you know what I mean? He in some kind of little clique, some kind of little gang that he in, you know what I mean? Taking pictures with him, got old pics with him, you know what I mean? This a pic right here of him and these little fellow gang members, you know what I mean, that he was a part of, I guess before came acting or after, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude is a wild dude, you know what I mean? He definitely a wild dude. He definitely, it's like the first time we seen his shenanigans, you know what I'm saying? He was shouting out, we heard of him shouting out some type of slurs or something at some play, just a whole bunch of stuff that we heard about him doing. That this ain't the first time seeing him wild out, right? You know what I mean? He's definitely a wild dude. He need to be, I don't know, chill out somewhere, you know what I mean? Every time he outside, he seemed to be getting into some type of trouble, you know what I mean? So yeah, Havoc and Mobb Deep did a little recent interview, lets the cat out the bag, you know what I mean? Did a little recent interview with Complex and leaked out that Kanye and Travis Scott got a collab coming. Said that a few of his beats have made the cut for the album. He also said Kanye be sitting on songs for years though, you know what I mean? So take it with a grain of salt, but fans is definitely excited about hearing about this news, speculating that the album could be coming out on Friday. Actually, a link up between Travis Scott and Kanye West. The next little clips you're gonna see netizens speaking on this, TikToker, and also you're gonna see a little AI video speaking on Havoc letting the cat out the bag with this situation.
We might finally be getting that Kanye West and Travis Scott collab album. Mobb Deep legend Havoc just dropped a massive bombshell during an interview about the life of Pablo. He revealed that he recently sent some beats over to Ye, and he believes they are being used for a specific joint project with Travis Scott. Havoc explicitly confirmed that a few of his tracks have already made the cut for whatever they are cooking up. We know Ye is unpredictable, and Havoc even warned us to take it with a grain of salt because Kanye might sit on songs for 5 years before releasing them. But considering Travis just brought Ye out in Japan and they are back on good terms, the timing actually adds up. With Ye's album Bully coming out in a few weeks, this secret collab album sounds like the next logical step. If this actually drops, the production alone is going to completely break the internet.
And Travis Scott are coming all over each other with their new collab album. So we got some info from Havoc here where he said, I didn't want to blow up the spot just in case it didn't ever come out, but that Ye is working on a project with Travis Scott. So yeah, we've been hearing about this forever at this point, and with Bully coming in a month, I think this could come a lot sooner.
You know what I'm saying? That was people talking about this collab album coming now. I didn't really know nothing about this, you know what I mean? It seemed like this could be some hot music coming, you know what I mean? Travis Scott and Kanye, I think they'll make some dope tracks coming, you know what I mean? For sure. I think this is definitely going to be something to listen to. Travis Scott can put together some hits and so can Kanye, so I don't see nothing too bad happening with this album unless Kanye is just on some BS recording, you know, and he's not really on some serious stuff recording, but you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? Kanye recently came out and apologized for all his little antics. A lot of people weren't buying it, so I don't know, man, you know what I'm saying? But I'm hyped about the music. It sounds like it'll be a dope project. They sound like they could do some dope music together. They have done some music in the past, but I didn't really listen to it. People like Travis Scott, Kanye, I believe Lil Uzi Vert was on that song as well that they did together. Them people don't really be on my radar as far as music. I'm just being honest, you know what I'm saying? I listen to more of a different style and different genre, more underground style of raw lyricism and raw hip-hop, more on the underground side of things, you know what I mean? So mainstream cats, a lot of mainstream cats don't really be on my radar, you know what I mean? So, but I will be looking for this though. It sounds like it's going to be something dope, especially Havoc's going to be on the beats. I think that's definitely something positive, something to look forward to with this album, you know what I mean? But yeah, though, you know what I'm saying? That's about all I got for today, though, you know what I mean? Quick little topics, you know what I mean? Quick little topics, my little opinions on these topics, you know what I'm saying? Thank all y'all for tuning in, you feel me? Quick little recap, you know what I'm saying? In case you might have pulled up and got a little too purged, in case you rolled up, got a little too loaded, you know what I'm saying? Or your kids was upstairs arguing over who turn it was, fighting over a controller, you heard it getting out of hand, you had to step away. And if you did, that's everything we we just went over today on this fine Tuesday. You know what I mean? Just let you know that Michael Jordan had a little video going around where people was looking at him like a PDF file because he was touching on a little kid. He was just playing with the little kid, getting some ice off his back. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I believe. I don't believe Michael Jordan is a PDF file one bit. Jesse Jackson. I also let you know Jesse Jackson and Robert Duvall has passed away. Jesse Jackson was a civil rights activist, passed away at 84. Robert Duvall was a actor in several classic movies. He passed away at 95. Also let you know that Shia Lebeouf was out wilding in Mardi Gras, getting into scuffles, melees, and fights and brawls. Had to be taken away, arrested, and in an ambulance. Also let you know that Havoc and Mobb Deep leaked out that Kanye and Travis Scott got a collab album coming possibly on Friday. Maybe. You know what I mean? As one dude said in a TikTok clip. I think that was what I showed you. But yeah, you know what I mean? Thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching. You know what I mean? You can do anything you wanted to do. No matter who you were. You know what I mean? Whether you was a little brother, little sister, whether you was an older brother, older sister, a niece, a nephew, an auntie, or uncle, whether you was a grandpa, grandma, a mother, a father, you could have been cousin P, cousin Nunu, cousin man, you know what I mean? Whoever you is, and if you got pets there sitting there right along with you, whether your pet is a dog, you have a pet cat, you have a pet alien ant farm, you can have a pet pig, a pet hyena, a pet hedgehog, a pet squirrel, a pet bearded dragon, whoever your pet is, you feel me? If they got eyes on Kons podcast, I definitely give that good salute to them, you know what I mean? Like you see the homie scrolling up that screen, you know what I mean? Thank all y'all for tuning in. Thank all y'all for watching, you know what I mean? The beat you hear in the background was made by Amazing Beats, you know what I mean? So let Amazing Beats hit y'all in your ears while these last comments on my opinions scroll up the screen, you know what I mean? But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Big Kons Podcast episode 362. Oh man, definitely come back for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Tell somebody about it.
You hate me, don't you? Me, don't you? You hate 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 me, don't you?